was it? What was the?
The countdown.
No, the name.
I don't. Biscuit
Biscuits.
Crew. The Biscuit Crew for now.
Okay, the Biscuit Crew for now. Okay, now
Still don't like it. Nah, that's on record. That I don't like that
shit. I don't know, guys.
Welcome to the Biscuit Crew.
And gravy.
And gravy. The Biscuits and Gravy Crew. I am Cookie. We have James and
Lovella.
We are going to get to the nitty gritty of what we've been going on. Welcome to our Best Friends podcast. Let's get into it. Who wants to be our first person? Should it be me?
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Well, let us start by introducing today's menu. We have a fizz tonic for drink, and I'm going to go ahead and pour that into my best friend cup. Cheers.
Ooh, cute.
Cheers to the first podcast episode. We're going to see how this tastes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very subtle. It's not too sweet.
Where's that from? Is that from the United States?
Yeah, that's from OK Cannabis on the north side of Chicago, Evanston. So I got that one today's coffee run. And then we have a egg drop soup and Kungpao chicken combo, because honestly, this is just leftover heated up soup from yesterday. I was like, what if I combine the flavor together of just a soup and Kungpao beef? Did I say chicken? I meant to say beef.
I was like, you doing the birds and the cow? they marinate in the skillet.
And then we have just a simple noodle to go with it. Honestly, we were supposed to just have pizza and like there was supposed to be a salad, but I was busy as pork today, y'all, and I just did not have time.
So
it's never not enough time for salad.
But I got.
Don't make me feel guilty.
Charlie's.
I've never heard of Charlie's. What is that?
I was like, what is that?
Oh, you guys don't have Charlie's?
No.
Maybe it's a Midwest.
We don't have Charlie's down here.
Okay. Well, it was in Ohio too. But it is a sub.
Oh, is it steak?
They make cheesesteak subs. So I got a chicken Philly cheesesteak. It was buy one get one free.
I still never had a Philly cheesesteak.
Ooh, they're so good. You need to get a real Philly cheesesteak from Philly.
Yeah, for real. That's what Whoa, ketchup. On what?
Ketchup on the Philly sub. Period.
I gotta ask somebody from Philly. Ask somebody from Philly. The people that watch this, comment. If you from Philly, how do you get on your cheesesteak? I want to know how you a Philly person born and raised.
Listen,
because ketchup does not. I can't equate.
I used to live in Pennsylvania. They put ketchup on their Philly cheesesteaks, and it's the only way I eat my Philly cheesesteaks now is with ketchup.
I don't see what's wrong with that.
Of course you don't. You're from
I don't even
like
ketchup. I don't even like ketchup.
I don't even know. I don't know what Chicago did to y'all to make y'all feel so bad about applying ketchup to things, but we need to unpack that.
We need to unpack that, and we need to unpack how y'all really care about that, because we really don't. I'm not putting ketchup on my hot dog. Ew.
I don't put ketchup on my hot dogs. I
put it in my mouth.
If I do put ketchup on my hot dogs, it's ketchup, mustard, and relish. It's never just ketchup.
And it has to be a strip. If I ever do it, it's gonna be a certain brand of ketchup, actually, because I'm a little bougie for my ketchup.
Gotta be Heinz.
Gotta be Heinz. Actually, out the glass bottle, low key, but you know.
Can't go cheap. Now I got myself a lemonade. Ooh, those are good. I've had those before.
Beef flavor, lots of beef. I'm into beef these days. Speaking of
you into
beef,
beefy things or beef these days?
Beefy tings and beef these days. Both. Speaking of which, what is today's topic? What is today's beefs?
So I know what I'm going to talk about, and I honestly have been so excited about it because I have a lot to talk about the show that I've been watching. So the show that I've been watching currently, or I don't know if I will even consider it currently, but it's Love Never Lies, and it's the season that takes place in Poland. So the show has 3 seasons, and I'm currently watching the 3rd season. So the basic concept of the show is that you take a group of couples that there's usually about 6 of them. Then they split them up, and they go into 2 different villas. One's called like Villa Temptation, and one's called Village like Thought or Thinking or something. I forget what they call it in Poland. And the concept is they bring out some strangers, they match them up with strangers, and they really have to test themselves if they want to stay with their partner or if this stranger that they met gave them something that they were missing in their relationship and if they want to break up. Now, throughout the show, you're also put into a lie detector test called I Detect, which the show says is infallible, but I Googled it and it's only like 80% accurate. So they really just be lying. And usually it's like, depending on the season, they could be separated between 3 to 5 days. Now, this season did say they were separated for 2 weeks, but this is the longest I've seen them separated. I'm not gonna lie. Most seasons is really just like 5 days. And these people will be wowing on this show. Like, South Africa is probably one of my favorite ones because he was out here sticking his thing. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing in this past, but he was fucking this girl. She was a white girl. She was South African. She was white. And he did not use a condom on her. And she was freaking out because she thought she could have been pregnant.
Among other things.
Among other things. And she was like, how dare you bring me on this show talking about you want to knock me up and poke holes in your condom? That's not even cool. It was messy, but we're not even going to talk about South Africa.
You can't slide. No, you can't slide over poke holes in a condom.
I was like,
glaze over that.
Then he denied it. He denied it. And then the girl came on the reunion and was like, yeah, we were having blowjobs by like the first day that we met.
Oh my God.
She was like, I was sucking him off in the bathroom. She was like, we had sex off camera. I was like, and then the woman who was his partner that he came with forgave him. They have a son together.
They are having kids from the show. Is that crazy? Is that off the hook?
That's why I say.
What is the environment
we
like?
We in the Sims.
So the environment is when you're in the village that you have to like regret or like confine with yourself. You don't do anything. You just don't do anything. They'll call you in every so often and they'll show you little clips of what your partner is doing. And sometimes they'll show you like if they answered their questions right or wrong, because it's a lie detector. So they asked them different types of questions. Like one of the questions was on the first day of Love Never Lies Poland, they asked the girl in the beginning if the relationship was ever defined. Like, were you ever put in a situation where you were like, will you be my girlfriend, basically? And she said yes, and that was a lie. And then he asked the man, have you ever cheated on your girlfriend that your girlfriend doesn't know about? And he said, no, I've never cheated on my girlfriend. That was also a lie. So
of course,
they just be lying. So then there's this girl, Patricia. Her name's not Patricia, but because they're Polish, I don't want to mess up their names. It's like Patricia or something like that. And so I put their names down on my little notepad as Patricia and Luca, just because I know that's what it translates to in English. And I just didn't want to mess their names up. So the first couple, since they both lied, this is the first season they've ever done this, where if you both lie on the first day, you got kicked out. So the Patricia and Luca, they got kicked out on the first day of Love Never Lies season 3, which has never happened in any of the other seasons because people just be lying all over the place.
That's what they get.
That is what they get. So we get introduced to, I think I put down here six people. So we got Marta and Gregory, which again, his name is not Gregory, but I'm not even to attempt to pronounce it. Max and Eugene, Patricia and Luca, Paula and Michael, Angie and Carolina, Cassia and Paul, Amanda and Dominic. And Amanda is actually from season 2. She actually came on season 2 with her other boyfriend that she was with in a relationship with for 9 years. And because he cheated on her again, she broke up with him and got with somebody from season 2. Started dating
Why are we recycling? I understand recycling paper, but I can't say that on here. But people, shit.
I was like, this bitch doing back on here? I was like, what the fuck is going on? Isn't she just in a 9-year relationship?
So there's a total of 6 couples, and one of them is has a returning cast member.
Is a returning cast member from season 2. So on episode 1, they get split into their 2 villas. They got the singles villa, which is where it's called Village of Doubt. That's what it's called. So Village of Doubt, they don't have TVs. I already told you that. And every time you lie, money gets taken away from the prize pot, and every time you tell the truth, money gets added to the prize pot. And at the end of
I'm the most truthful person on the show. Yup, I cheated. I cheated. Yeah, it is what it is.
You don't sound like the guy.
I cheated. I kissed the girl's booty hole. It is what it is.
Listen, you sound like the guy from season 1. He was like, I don't give a fuck. This is 4 days. I'm telling the truth on everything. I just want the money.
Did you take a dookie this morning? Yes, I did. It was really rough.
One of the couples, they're married. They're the only couple on this season that's married. And they've been married, I think, 5 years, but together 9 years. On episode 3, his name is Paul. He admits to having sex at a random bus stop with a random person on the way to his wedding. And then he admits to having sex at the wedding and then having sex after the wedding with 3 different people.
That's why I'm keeping my coochie to myself. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. And then we find out later in the episode, I haven't seen this episode yet, but we find out that the people who are married haven't had sex in 5 years, and she thought that was normal.
That's not normal. You know what? This gonna get posted. But I left. Nah, I'm not doing that.
He literally says in episode 3, he said, I've cheated so many times I can't keep track.
Exactly.
Right. And he's bisexual, so every time he cheats on her with a male.
Oh. Hold on. Every time he cheats, it's only a male?
And so far, the ones that she knows about has been male.
So my man's is gay. We in 2025.
My man is just gay. If you want
boy butt, go get some boy butt.
Go get the booty.
Go get some boy butt. What are we doing?
The reason why I brought up Love Never Lies is because season 1 and season 2 were both so good that I was able to literally binge both seasons within like a day or 3 days. And it really didn't take me that long. There's only really like 8 episodes. So and they're about an hour each. So it really doesn't take me that long to get through something that short. So I was speed through in season 1 and season 2. Season 3, I haven't even touched because I think it's so flippin' boring. I literally have not been able to get past where I am. I don't know if it gets gooder. I don't know if it gets better. I don't really know, but I know I'm not vibing with the season at all to a point where I'm like, normally I would have been finished with the show by now. And I even tried watching it yesterday because I was like, oh, let me get a couple more episodes in before this podcast. And I literally just couldn't even sit through the first 5 minutes of it. And I was like, I'm gonna read a book. And that was it.
A show gotta be boring as ever.
The first 2 seasons was really good. So you're like, I'm gonna read
a book.
I was like, oh my God.
It gotta be boring as hell to say I'm gonna go read a book. That analogy is crazy.
I'm dying.
I just couldn't get
now. I just want to ask about the book.
Right, because how good was the book?
And not good. I'm reading the.
You was having a bad day.
I was having a bad day. I'm reading the Floating on Stars, and I'm about 75% done with the book, and I fell asleep reading the pages. I was like,
I don't know. Reading is really, really relaxing. I love to read, but I might go to sleep.
I love to read. I got a couple books on my back shelf that I'm gonna wait to get into, but the book I'm reading now is just
yeah. Well, damn. I actually am back to reading. I'm reading Tina Turner's. She's one of my idols. Autobiography about how she got into chanting, and it's pretty dope. It's actually. It makes you think about your own life. It's really dope.
What are you guys into these days?
What's the name of the book?
The Fault in Our Stars. The movie.
Fault in Our Stars. I've heard of that. And Pete, what was yours?
I think it's called What's Love Got to Do with It, actually.
Oh, Tina Turner's autobiography?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really deep. It really goes into how she had to be basically beaten into spirituality, and how God brought made people in a line with her to just show up at her door when they're like, hey, I know who you are, so I want you to come in and do this. So yeah, it's really dope. It's really, really dope.
Okay.
Do you guys believe in cryptids?
Cryptids?
Cryptids. Do you know what a cryptid is?
Krypton? No.
Like a Bigfoot, mermaid, like Chewbacca, or not Chewbacca.
Oh, for sure.
Chupacabra.
For sure. For sure.
Like mythical creatures.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, because I was asked the other
I
day.
don't know.
Yeah, I'm a little like, I don't know. Maybe if they live in the ocean, I could probably like have a good argument on that because the ocean is scary and like literal aliens live down there
and mysterious and dark.
we've explored more of space than we have of our own actual ocean. It's crazy.
Yeah, but like, we don't. But still, we don't know that though. Like we only know what they claim. They tell us they had a bunch of shit. Literally, they had a bunch of shit. So we don't even know. We really
I don't know if I necessarily believe in cryptids. I believe that like maybe it could have existed. Like maybe they're extinct. Like maybe there was a Bigfoot that we all killed and went extinct at some point. Because like if you think about it, like aren't whales just like a smaller version of what used to exist way back in like fucking Jurassic era? Like the whales are like 20 size bigger. Like it was, what was it called? Gigantism. So like it's very possible that there was a giant ape that shrank down to a regular ape. I just don't believe it exists today.
I feel like there is some sort of Sasquatch that exists in real time today. There's also the savage man, the ruffian ex-convict who hides in the forest near residential areas in order to survive or kidnap. There's those things, but mermaids but we believe aliens are already here too. So then there's that. So it's not too far off, I don't think. But I don't know. I feel like I want to see it.
Yeah, I feel like I'm one of those Americans. I'm on the fence where I'm like, fuck around and find out because I need to see it. But I'm also like, why the fuck would you fuck around and find out? We did not need to see this shit. I'm like, why? This is why we always get killed in the movies because you was poking around where you shouldn't have been poking around. That's so I'm on the fence. Like I'm on the fence. Like I like that we're exploring, but we are exploring in places that we're not supposed to be in. Like,
and how about I also put it like this? I believe deep down, but I'm scared that I believe because I know the truth. It's out there.
I don't necessarily believe in like a Bigfoot or like a Sasquatch or a Chupacabra. Like I don't believe in any of that crap. But I can concede to like mermaids. Like I will concede to mermaids and like sirens because the ocean is scary as heck.
What about sea monsters?
Yeah. Like, did you see that video of you sent it and I sent it of the crocodiles that have learned now to like swim upside down to pretend like they're drowning?
Yes.
Yeah, they be tell like they're drowning kids, but that's basically just showing you like animals are very much evolving. A lot of animals are very much evolving.
Like people like evolution's not real. I'm like, then who the fuck taught? Put humans back on the food chain. We need to stop giving animals the grace of being animals because they've gotten too comfortable with human life.
We're definitely the food chain.
Wow.
We're definitely part of the food chain. How are we not?
We are part of the food chain. I accept that, but crocodiles have gotten so comfortable with humans that they know how they look like swimming upside down and drowning.
I mean, but wait, hold on.
That's crazy.
Crocodiles used to eat black babies back in the day.
That's crazy.
They have evolved to look like drowning children. That is crazy.
A fun fact of the day.
Diabolical.
We'll
post the video footage later in the editing.
Ooh, the editing.
No, for real.
The found footage.
Like,
yeah, I just don't believe in fairies. Like, I don't believe in any of that stuff. Like the finding Bigfoot stuff. I'm like, we ain't even got that much land left because everyone is like growing and like deforestation is very much a real thing.
I mean, yeah, but we still have a nice amount. We still have people out there that's living in deep woods.
Don't think
that's killing shit.
They're off the grid. Just because they think they're off the grid doesn't mean that they're not off the grid. Like
if that was the case, it's a lot of serial killers that's out there that they're not catching. So then I feel like they're not
catching them for a reason, though. That's my conspiracy.
I feel that. Then I do feel that. I'm like, we got some we got even some forest that has not even been touched yet. Like the shit is crazy.
I was about to say, like, the amount of the technology that has grown in certain states is what I'll add, because certain states don't have, like, great resources. But there are certain states where, like, they'll be like, oh, zoom in on that. And it will zoom in on that. Like, I've seen Google Earth, like, telling me you hiding in the woods. Come on now. That's crazy. Google Earth can show me a cat in China in the bathroom shitting on the toilet. But you can't show me the American forest?
Nope, because some of that should be dense as hell. And a lot of them areas don't have no type of signal. Like they seem to be fucked up. I'm telling you, it's a hell of wrong turns out there. No pun intended.
I ain't trying to go wrong turns. None of them. Already
Man,
experienced. No, thank you.
nah, not wrong turn. Like actual movie wrong turn. Like you
Yeah,
out there.
we was driving through
Cause
Virginia.
what? Cause what did you experience? Please enlighten me.
Nothing. Okay, so we were driving through Virginia, and we was on this highway that went like this because all of Virginia is literally just a curve. Like the streets never stop curving and swerving through the entire state of Virginia and West Virginia. That's just curly. And we saw a guy or possible guy in his car that was flipped over. Everyone just kept going. I was like, that guy is in the woods getting chewed up by the toothless man. Like,
Wait,
what is going on?
no, you can't, no. So y'all was driving past, and a
We don't
man
know if
was
he was.
alive.
We don't know if he was in the car. I said I thought I could have possibly seen someone in the car.
So, and they was upside down. Yeah, that's a
The
track.
car
We
was
keep
upside
going.
down.
We keep going. That's why it's never no black horror movies. Because you see that could have been a horror
Exactly.
movie.
No, there's that one. There's that one called. What is it called? The Blackaday.
Oh,
So
yeah.
fun fact, you know that the wrong turn is based off of some wrong turn-ish, right?
Yeah.
And we will have to talk another time about that. I feel like that would be very interesting because I've heard about it told to me, but it took place in some European country, and like there really were like inbred killers just in this town, and these people were just getting snatched and murdered, and it just got to it didn't have that big of a population, so they're at this point they're just like, okay, our residents are getting snatched and killed. So
Yeah, everybody left the town. The ones that wasn't still alive.
that's
Wrong Turns are
crazy.
my favorite movies though. Like in the woods, somebody getting killed. Wrong Turn. Chef Kiss. Except for the one with the prison, because what was they doing with that one? But
You mean Wrong Turn 2
that wasn't two. That was
with the
three.
prison?
The prison was definitely three.
I know one of them had soldiers, and wasn't that 2 where they also had the prison?
No, because Wrong Turn 1 and 2
Wait,
was
no.
damn near the same.
Sorry,
Wrong Turn 3 was like the prison.
I'm getting
Because
Hills
then when you
Have
got
Eyes
to
mixed up,
yeah.
which
Hills
is
Have Eyes.
also
Hills Have Eyes was kind of boring to me, low key. It was good, but it was kind of like
I agree.
it didn't touch me how I wanted it to touch me. Like with the certain scenes for the previews, I was like, oh yeah. And then I got in there and I was just like, all right, okay, woo.
And it came out right in that era with like The Hills Have Eyes, The Silent Hill, and it just didn't.
It didn't hit. Didn't hit. The other ones hit. That didn't hit.
I disagree. I got thrill, I got adventure, I got chills, I got spooks.
Damn.
Yeah. But Wrong Turn is also good too. I feel like Wrong Turn has that more tension factor.
Yes, and that's what I love.
It also had like I feel like way better cinematography and like I think budget overall to a point. Like
this is where I draw the line because people are like, oh, but the cinematography and the budget was better. But I'm like, but that doesn't make it a better movie.
It helps. It definitely
it really helps though. Like it's a big thing.
It helps. But I don't necessarily think like because some of my favorite movies are like, why'd y'all film this on the iPhone 5?
Crazy, diabolical. So you give me
like, okay, I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but Final Destination 3, the more I think about it, the more trash I think it is. And I know I told my friend that it wasn't trash and that I was gonna make a TikTok video re-ranking my movies. But the more I think about 3, the only reason why I like it is because of the production value. Like that's it. Like the actors are great, the production value is great, and like the cinematography is great, but the storyline itself just isn't there for me.
I gotta remember 3. What was 3 again?
3 was about
roller coaster.
It's about the roller coaster, and it was the first time they used photographs as like
it was the first time they used photographs as a thing,
a constant theme, and it was.
I like the idea of a photograph because I didn't
different.
Yeah, I didn't like the idea of like the whole vision thing. Like, which one was that where he was like getting on full on visions? Was that 4 or 5?
It was like
visions.
It was like 4,
they got visions in 1,
4 and 2.
Oh, like full on, like
like he was having sequences, but 1, 2, and 3, I felt like they were more like I have a feeling this has happened. I'm getting signs of this is happening, and like 4 and 5 were kind of like full on like vision sequences, except for 5. He never got shit. So he never got anything.
I feel like for Final Destination, it's always hard to really pinpoint which is the superior in order from one to whatever, because as a series, you look at it and you just get different things and different feels from each one.
They're all different in their own little way, which I like. I like that it's not the same movie 5 times.
Because I remember there was a point, like I don't like 2 as much looking back, but I remember there was a
falling
point
down my list.
But there was a point where I kept watching 2 over and over and over and over because at the time, like that's what was out and that's what I liked. So
if we're talking about death sequences, 3 is all the way up there because the death sequences in 3 was top tier.
That was pretty good.
Them like dancing in the hot tanning beds and top tier.
Not
top
dancing
tier
in the tanning beds. They was not.
The tanning beds was too, right? Because that was my favorite one.
That was
3. Oh yeah. See, I like the death scenes in 3 better.
Yeah, I like the death scenes in 3 better. But that's about it.
In the whole, I was just like, I was kind of over it.
Yeah, I was like, that's it. Like to me, we got introduced to the characters, and then they died within like the next scene, and that's the only movie where that happens. At least we get to know the characters, even if they are asshole characters and like really shitty characters. At least we had screen times with the characters. It wasn't like we saw them and then they died.
Yeah, like that's how I felt about 4. Like
what?
Yeah.
4 was the racetrack.
4, I felt like they was just killing anyone. Like, even though him getting sucked through the drain I thought it was stylish, it was just so quick. And then there was another guy who got smashed in the tub who we didn't even know was still the cowboy. We didn't even know he was still alive. He just got smashed. And
okay, that's true.
It was just like bing, 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 bing. Because that was the 3D, the big 3D.
The 3D, whoa. Yeah.
And that can also either make or kind of break a movie. It can get annoying or it can just be really good.
5 is still up there for me, I will say. Even though like he didn't help anybody, he didn't try to save anybody's life at all. And he was getting visions very like he was just, he just let them bitches die.
He was just whack.
He was just like, I was like, poor kid is really just
that cast was like overall kind of shitty. Like they were all overall kind of shitty. I thought it
was a really good cast, but I didn't think it was the best cast. I was like, okay, it's about mid. Like, you're doing all this for this girl who, I'm sorry. Couldn't be me.
Yeah, but like
that sequence wise, still one of my favorite ones.
The which one?
Her eye popping out like that? Yeah, crazy.
Also, they didn't. She got 2-piece, 3-piece combo. They did not have to do her like that.
They didn't have to do her like that.
Not at all.
Like they must have really hated. They must have based her off of somebody real and like really hated that person and said, "Fuck you." Laser, stuffed animal, glass window, car.
She really threw herself out the window, though.
And then you know what, bitch? We gonna roll over your eye.
We gonna roll over your eye. I was like, yes. I was so excited.
Yeah, they was fucking people up in 5. They was like kind of making them suffer low key. Even the dude with the glasses in the tanning salon, he got acupuncture smashed, almost crushed, and then eventually set on fire. And
no, the plane that came through.
Yeah, the plot twist. Yeah,
the plane. The plane that they was on, he was in the bar chilling.
If there was ever a no mercy fuck you Final Destination, I think 5 was it.
5 is the
5
fuck y'all.
He would have died any day. He said, "What?" That plane said. I said, "Not the guy who bought his business."
He's like literally in that spot, and that plane just has a nosedive right at those exact
right there, like literally. And I can't wait for part 6 because I'm so excited.
Can we just talk about?
I still haven't watched the trailer.
Ooh, it's so good.
I still haven't watched it. I
reaction
forgot about
video.
It, actually.
We should do a blind reaction. You should pull it up.
Yeah, I have not like.
It's good. I said
I'm actually sitting here. I'm actually sitting here by the TV, so I actually can like do it right now. Actually,
I got it.
Drinks all around. Say it, Family, you don't get to pick the one you get. You just gotta love the one you got.
I always knew this day would come.
I got it.
I don't think you got it.
I held him off for years.
Charlie, get up here.
You He's a relentless son of a bitch. Won't stop till he finishes the job. Death is coming for our family. I said, oh, oh, oh,
How do we feel so far?
That wasn't even the one I saw.
That's crazy.
Because the one I saw was like it was almost looked like split versions.
Yeah, well, yeah, like so I just paused. There's still more. I'm just giving you a moment to breathe.
Okay. I need to see the read.
Right. I'm like, why are we pausing?
Years ago, I had a premonition that started it all. I saw what death was about to do. I saved a lot of lives that night. Everyone needs to get off the dance floor! Lives that were never meant to be saved. But death doesn't like it when you mess with his plans. This book, it will show you everything you need to know to keep our family safe.
It all started with Grandma. Death is coming for us because we were never supposed to exist.
Only by embracing death will it pass you by.
Maybe Death's not actually coming for our family. Because that would be crazy.
Good luck.
Yay! I'm so excited.
I am very excited, and
that was the one you saw, right?
Yeah, that was the one I saw.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that I found we actually started watching it again because I stopped watching the Final Destination because I was traumatized. Okay, so I was traumatized after 1, 2, and I was 2, 3. I was like, fuck it, I'm not coming back. But now being an adult and watching it again, it's like, oh, okay, this is fun, whatever. So now I'm really excited about. Yeah, no, for real, because I was traumatized. I would be in a car like, yeah, no, it's not great. But I'm actually excited for that one, and I'm excited for Sinners. I hope y'all go see Sinners. All black cast. It's Michael B. Jordan. Vampire movie they have not made.
Okay. Yeah.
They have not made a vampire movie in a very long time. So I'm very excited, and it comes out I think April 19th. I might not have that date right, so y'all might look that up. But
I'm excited because why did Grandma have a book? Like what? She pulled out a fucking pamphlet. This bitch.
You know
which
what?
Makes me think, how many more has this? It wasn't just Alex. It couldn't have just been Alex. It couldn't have just been her and then Alex. It had to be other people before Alex. You know, well, we know that 5 is a pre-Alex, but still, there had to be like more than that.
Mm-hmm. Me and my granny would have had to square up just off for 30 minutes. 30 minutes on the wild, no take back, because I'm out here living. You and did the dummy beat to death. I could have been swimming in somebody else's daddy balls and got born with another family. You beat to death, and now I got to be out here dodging.
Now I'm being voodooed. Yeah,
dodging death. 30 minutes on the wall, no take back, for real.
Granny really didn't pop up at all, too. She just said, "Oh, okay, all right, next. See you next year."
See you next year, indeed. That is crazy.
That's crazy.
The legacy must go on.
Listen, Clear made the mistake of leaving that mental asylum in part 2. Should have stayed her.
Why did she leave? Why is he?
The dumbest. I said, bitch, your man.
I was so
brick. And you're
leaving? Was so stressed with her. I would have been 89 years old in the padded room.
Hey,
because what?
I know
you knew you was gonna die. You knew you was gonna die.
She really did. She really did. I think she accepted her death. Honestly, that's my own.
I think she contemplated it. There was that scene where she thinks about it, and it's kind of really emotional. That's kind of the thing that I really like about 2. Like, it was all over the place, but it was like really. The script was really emotional in 2.
Yeah, well, that's what I liked about 1 was Alex and Claire's relationship that we don't really get to see that much until part 3. And it kind of disappears with the other movies because they're all in relationships in the movies, but the other movies are very like superficial relationships to where I don't even believe that they're dating. It's very much like these people are acting. Mm-hmm. But 1 and 3 is the only 2 movies where I felt like the lead characters that were love interests really were like connected and like actually interested.
Yeah, 3. I feel like in 3 there was really not even any romance at all. In
That's
fact,
technically true. That's true.
in fact,
I ship
both their partners got killed off in the beginning
got
of the
killed.
movie. So it was like
Well, he was gonna get dumped, so
even that's even even worse.
He was gonna get dumped like soon as he
See a
got off.
pattern.
She said, "I'm about to dump his ass after this roller coaster. Just baby, just wait."
Like, yeah, no, just wait.
That's why I say always say your piece. Because if it was me and she would have dumped me and then died, I'd have been like, "What the got to do with me?"
That's right.
That's crazy.
With that being said, does anybody else have anything that they would like to talk about? My food was great. I
only got to
destroyed.
take 2 little bites of my shit.
I destroyed both my plates. I got a little bit of rice and noodles left, but I'm full. I did good. Yay,
Yeah, it looks good.
it was spicy, and this drink is making me woozy, but like not tipsy. Like yeah, and it was just I always make those noodles when like I need another side. They're always delicious and spicy, and I just been making a habit of constantly stocking up on them. There would have been a salad today, but the soup was actually very hearty on vegetables. It had lots of cashews, carrots, broccoli, and had dark beef gravy, and it was savory. And then I had eggs, so that was my protein. I taught class this morning, so that was my first meal, and it was great and hearty. And I just feel very nourished and fed. I got some nice tea about this very messy show that I will probably watch just to want to see clownish behavior occur that I can laugh and troll at.
Wait, what show is this? Wait, what show is this?
Love Never Lies.
Oh man, you gotta watch the South African version if you're gonna watch Love
Wait,
Never
where are you watching this on?
Netflix, of course. You know I stay on stay on Netflix.
I need to reactivate my plan.
I stay on Netflix. Netflix says
I keep saying that and just never do it, but
listen, if we're talking about messy shows on Netflix, I'm gonna have to rewatch some stuff, but there's a list. And we could talk about it on a different episode because there's like Love Never Lies, like I already told you guys, but they do one in Spain. They have South Africa, 3 seasons of Poland. There's Deep Fake Love, which I haven't even gotten into. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and talk about that next episode. Okay. Netflix keeps me in their pockets for real. Their shows are so messy and so good. But what you need to start watching is Could Have Been Love on YouTube.
Okay.
Because it is so funny, and I've literally been laughing the entire time. Just look up Drewski on YouTube, and you'll see Could Have Been Love.
Okay.
Is that the show with the suds?
Yes.
Oh my God! I be seeing clips. It's on YouTube. I gotta watch it. Yes. I be seeing clips. I be like, why they doing that? Why he be like he be attracted to studs?
He's weird as fuck.
His personality is troll. Like he's funny as hell.
He's the biggest troll I know, and I fucking love
it. But I love it.
I fucking love it. I've been dying. That's what I've been watching. But go ahead and say what you guys' Instagrams are. So I know we're gonna talk probably later on today when we get
for that game.
You can find me at James Law Des on IG. I am James Law. Thank you for listening to our podcast. And next we have
Lovella. You can find me at Elise Lovella, ELISE_LOVE LLA at Gmail. Well, not Gmail. What the fuck? IG. You're right. I was like Gmail. I'm like, that is my Gmail though. But yeah, go ahead.
And I am Cookie. You can find me on Instagram at the Wet Babadook. And all of our Instagrams will be linked to this episode, which will be premiering sometime soon. So keep your eyes peeled. And there also will be an Instagram of this podcast when we decide to get a full name, and where you will be able to find clips and pictures of our lovely host and updates. And that will be all.
Bye.
Bye.